Honestly, I met you at a time in my life where I didn't know what to do. I was feeling confused. I was feeling like I was going through a death. Not physically, it was spiritually. And when you came through, it's like you answered questions that I had that I didn't know how to ask. Okay? And it's just because you have tapped into the spiritual aspect of your life more than I have gotten a chance to. So through me watching you and being around you, I was able to see what I can do to heal this brokenness that has been confusing me for a long time. Now I feel a sense of wholeness. When I was broken, I was in pieces, and your presence put me back together. Is how they feel about you. Good day, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to Milk Honey Rose. I am Mystic Alchemy. Thank you for being here. Unknowingly, you help this person pick up their own pieces that have been broken, because we become fragmented in this realm. This realm causes annihilation. Okay? Now remember, I told y'all about that movie Annihilation. Take time and watch it. It's going to tickle your brain, and that's good. You need your brain tickled. Okay? So you could think. Now some of you are not even going to know what to think, and I understand. Because that movie is quite different. However, allow your mind to wonder what the movie means. Every scene has something for you to dissect in your own way. It has a deeper meaning that actually is valid, but many people that watch that movie may not know. But if you get into it, get into it. Okay, so back to these messages. This realm annihilates us over and over again. We are obliterated. We are destroyed. This is so horrible when I say it out loud, but it's true. However, this is meant to happen to teach us. You know, we think we know it all, but there's points in our life where we just think we know everything, but we don't. Until we get hit with the unknown. You're like, oh, I don't know what to do here. And that's a learning. That's a time for you to learn. That is an opportunity to learn, is what I want to say. So as long as you pick up that opportunity in that moment when you don't know what to do to learn, you grow. Look, isn't that simple? We can simplify things if we want to, or we can make it difficult. Many times people make their lives difficult when they don't really have to, because they refuse to learn in that moment when it is best for them to. Now, this particular person in your energy, they didn't refuse to learn. They just didn't know where to get the answers from, and they didn't even know how to articulate themselves to ask the questions that they needed to ask to then know what to do, because it was a spiritual moment that they were going through. Many times there's many people that go through these spiritual awakenings, and they go through the dark night of the soul, which is the annihilation. It's like cinder, ashes. You know how there's a big fire and there's just ashes just floating around? That's a representation of what I'm thinking about when I think about how we're annihilated when we go through these dark nights of the soul, because it's not always one. Some people go through multiple dark nights of the soul, and the reason being is because they have this really powerful purpose. When you go through all these types of crazy things, you're like, why me? What is this? And why again? And it's just ridiculously over the top to the point where you don't even know if you could take it, if you can handle it. The reason why you go through those things is because you have a purpose on your life, and it is so much bigger than you that you need training. You need training. If you don't have that training, you will fail. You will not be ready. You can't even see the mission. You can't even know what the mission is if you don't have that training. So yes, we do have to go through these moments of the darkness, of the fire, and of annihilation, so that you can learn how to pick the pieces back up. Okay, so this is this moment in this person's life that you assisted them with because you have an understanding of what they were going through spiritually. And just through conversation, we heal each other. I don't care what nobody say. People be like, no, you can't do that. You can't heal somebody just by talking to them. They have to want to do it. Yeah, of course they have to want to do it. We know that. However, we are triggers. We trigger each other into certain pathways and certain ways of thinking. Regardless of how you look at it, we trigger each other. We just triggers. Okay? We just towers. We just cause towers in the lives of others. It could be a trigger, a good trigger or a bad trigger. Usually triggers are in correlation with something bad. However, there could be a trigger that someone aims at you and you receive the shot, right? And it could be a good thing. It could feel uncomfortable at first, though. It feels uncomfortable because it's too real. Reality can smack you in the face real fast and you won't know what hit you. But when you take the time to recognize what just was placed in your face and you give yourself time to understand it, one can realize how beneficial that trigger moment was for them. And it becomes a lesson. And then it becomes new. It becomes something that one creates from the trauma that they experience, and it turns into something beautiful because they understand. They put understanding to the experience and the circumstance, and they just improve, and that keeps happening throughout our lives. Now, when you see someone that doesn't learn, they just go through the dark night of the soul for their whole life, and they'll never come out on the other side. Everything is always dark. Nothing's good. They can't find happiness. They can't find joy within themselves. It's because they stop in between, because they're like, no, I can't do nothing. This is my life, and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just do nothing. Or do a lot of nothing that I'm calling something because I'm just doing busy work. But this busy work is not really getting me that work. Like, I'm not really getting anywhere. It's just busy work. If you're busy and you're doing work, it's supposed to equate to something more. Okay? So this person was able to see different aspects of all that I'm discussing with you through conversing with you and being around you and seeing how you handle situations and what you do, how you feel, really observing you, because they saw that there was something in you that they could benefit from in such a way where they can utilize it and assist others that need them, because they recognize that there's something within them that is needed. Okay? And honestly, those who have activated souls, even if it's partially activated, you have a gift here on this earth, in this realm. There's something very special that you are meant to do. And when you do it, you begin to see success. You begin to you begin to receive recognition. You begin to, and it's not really so much about the clout. It's not about that. It's just a simple fact of these are the signs that you're going in the right direction. And with recognition, there's also hate. So that's also another sign that you're going in the right direction when people disagree with you. Okay? Because it means that you're making a move. It means that you're in motion. There's motion in your ocean. Okay? So this is what you did for this person. So you see how, because you went through the dark night of the soul and because you learned from your traumatic experience, in which whatever it was that triggered you brought you to a place of understanding, and you created something beautiful, no matter if that's a improvement of your emotional state, an improvement on how you react to certain situations, an improvement on how you see people. Those are all gifts, because they bring understanding and they bring peace. When you have understanding in different levels of life, you receive peace. Okay? So you help this person find their own peace. It's not that you gave them peace. It's that you showed them how to get their own peace. Because we shouldn't really be giving peace to others. However, we can show others how to find peace for themselves. Because if they depend on someone else for their peace and their ability to love oneself, it's not real. It's only real when that person is able to align with the peace from within, not from without. Okay, so this is the realization and the guidance that you gave this person in a moment when they really needed you. God placed you in their life, and this is something that God does. God works through us. Okay, it's a really special thing, and you're special, so God could use you. Yes. So yeah, that's it for this message. If you deem this energy as suitable to walk with you on your spiritual journey, drop it down in the comments below. I declare this is my future love. Okay. Mind you, this doesn't have to just be romantic. This could be a friend. This could be a family member. This could be someone you just met in the street, but it's still love though. It's still love though. Okay? Yes. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you feel my vibe, especially if this message does resonate with you. To book a healthy conversation, you can by visiting www.milkhoneyRose.org. Also, you can join the membership here on YouTube for additional content. Hit that join button, and I'll see you on the other side, darling. Don't be shy. Join and everything gonna be all right. I'll see you in the next one.